I was really hoping to not be making a Knicks elimination rebuild today. As a Knicks fan, I was worried about Game 7, a banged up team, and the Indiana Pacers coming off a huge Game 6 win. And unfortunately, a record-setting shooting performance by the Pacers, and basically every Knick injured under the sun was not a recipe for success, and was definitely not a good sign that I wasn't going to be making a Knicks elimination rebuild today. But here we are. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? The New York Knicks have been eliminated from the 2024 playoffs, and the conference finals it's set. We have the 3-seeded Timberwolves against the 5-seeded Dallas Mavericks, and we have the 1-seeded Celtics versus the 6-seeded Indiana Pacers. Shout out to the Pacers making it to the conference finals, and 2K is predicting a Celtics-Wolves finals with the Wolves winning in 7. I mean, that would be very entertaining if that happened. And now we enter an offseason. I don't know what's going to happen with the New York Knicks. So I think what is going to realize, or they're going to realize what this team is, you know what? We were one game away from the conference finals with no Julius Randle, with no Bojan Bogdanovic, with no Mitchell Robinson, with no OG Anunoby, basically, with the banged up Hartenstein and Jalen Brunson. I think there's a really good chance that this team runs it back. Nobody is regressing. Nobody is super old on this team outside of Bojan Bogdanovic. I think if there was a piece to be moved this offseason, it would be Bojan's contract. Tom Thibodeau, I believe, has a contract expiring this offseason, so I'm sure they're going to give him a lot of money to come back to be the Knicks head coach. Leon Rose, the GM, will be coming back as well. They do have two big free agents, OG Anunoby being one of them and Isaiah Hartenstein being the other. Isaiah Hartenstein, though, they can only offer him 4 years, $73 million. They can't give him the full bird rights of a contract, so teams with cap space can outbid the Knicks. So it depends if Hartenstein wants to come back. He could theoretically do like a 1-year deal with a 1-year opt-out and then sign an extension next offseason, but that may be a risk for Hartenstein. He probably just wants to get his bag, so there's a chance the Knicks lose Hartenstein this offseason, and they could not go, I think, another season with Mitchell Robinson as like their main guy at the 5. That's why I think they need to bring back Hartenstein, because Mitchell Robinson, while I love him, he's the longest tenured Knick, he just can't stay healthy. It's been a shame, but it's been too reoccurring of a theme, and if the Knicks want to go deep into the playoffs and play into the end of May and June, they can't be relying on Mitchell Robinson, and they need 3 bigs, kind of like what they did this year with Precious Achiuwa. Like I said, Bojan Bogdanovic, though, could regress. I think if I'm going to move somebody, it's going to be him this offseason. We do have to extend OG Anunoby. OG's agent is the son of the Knicks GM, so I'd like to think that a deal is going to be done this offseason, and I don't have to worry about that. I think the Knicks could look for another lead guard as well, like a TJ McConnell would have been perfect. I like Miles McBride a ton, but he's not really going to be a facilitator and a floor general, I think. And the Knicks have 1 second-round pick. They should not be getting this Pistons one. That belongs to the Raptors from the OG Anunoby trade. But we do have 2 first-round picks at 24 and 25. We could look to move those picks if we wanted to, but we also may look to move other picks as well. So obviously the big guy that would be cool would be Mikal Bridges. The one thing that's stopping that, I believe the Knicks have the assets to get a deal done, but I think the thing that's stopping that is would the Nets really want to trade Mikal Bridges, their best player, to their crosstown rival in the New York Knicks, and they don't have any of their draft picks either. So I don't really think that would make sense unless there's like a 3-team trade involved, and then like somehow maybe the Knicks ended up getting Bridges because Trae Young's going to Brooklyn, or Darius Garland's going to Brooklyn, or something like that. All right, so I really like our draft class. I got to change some of the names, but Pacome Dadiet, he's an 18-year-old shooter from France. Going to take a little bit of time to develop, but could definitely be beneficial of the G League. Keyshawn George out of Miami projects to be a good 3-and-D player, and we got Deron Holmes at 38, just getting some nice big man help right there. And OG obviously opts out of his $19 million player option. For depth purposes, we are going to bring back Jericho Sims. We're going to give Precious Achiuwa the qualifying offer. And if we look at future first-round picks as well, like this Pistons pick is top 13 protected for the 25 draft. The Bucks pick is unprotected next year, and the Wizards pick is top 10. So there is a chance if the Wizards fell outside the top 10 and the Pistons outside the top 13, the Knicks could have 4 first-round picks next year. So I'm going to offer Isaiah Hartenstein 4 years, about $64 million. We'll see if he gets a better offer out there, but let's hope that he's able to re-sign with us on that. And he does, so I'm able to get OG back. I'm able to get Hartenstein back. I would not even mind bringing back Alec Burks if I could afford him. But honestly, the way he played in the playoffs may have earned him a deal out there in free agency, but it looks like we're going to get him back on the 1-year minimum. Very nice. And for Precious Achiuwa, I'm just going to sign him to a 2-year deal worth around $8 million, which could also come into play in a nice trade piece later on. So you know what? I don't think I'm going to make any trades this offseason. I think we're going to run this team back, and the Bojan Bogdanovic trade piece could be in play at the deadline. I mean, I got to move it. I mean, I think what the Knicks realized with 48 as well is like they didn't want to lose that contract for nothing in the offseason because it's a perfect like tradable contract. Around $18 million, you can leverage that for another player, and maybe the Knicks just trade Bojan for somebody that's also got like 2 years left on their deal but isn't great. Like, I don't know if Miami would want to do a salary dump on Duncan Robinson's deal and the Knicks pick that up. I don't know. So player progression, Jalen Brunson's a 94 overall. I've been seeing him balling out in 2K Simulation, so I'm excited to use him. Welcome back, Julius Randle. Contract year for both these guys. Yeah, that's another thing. Oh, man. That's the Knicks got to figure out this offseason. Brunson's going to be worth the max extension for sure. Do they want to pay Julius Randle now? That's a big question. We'll see. Oh, and that Bucks pick next year is actually top 4 protected. It's not unprotected. And we have to cut 2 players, so we got Deron Holmes back on the qualifying offer, and I'm sorry, Shake Milton, you have to go. How are you making $5 million? Where'd that come from? Man, just think of what this starting 5 could have been fully healthy. Brunson, DiVincenzo, Anunoby, Randall, Hartenstein, and then Josh Hart, who they've been relying on playing 48 minutes of the playoffs, is coming off the bench. We'd have Mitchell Robinson. I mean, Precious Achiuwa, I don't even know if I'm going to play him because I'd like to play Miles McBride a decent amount of minutes. Gives me about 15. I'm probably going to send him to Bojan. Yeah, we're going to do that. And then most of our guys that we just drafted are going to the G League. So Keyshawn George, Westchester Knicks, Bakomi Dadiet, Westchester Knicks. And if Precious isn't playing well, we could slide in Deron Holmes. He's the most NBA ready out of those 3 guys we drafted. So let's see how the season starts off. Pick up a win against the 76ers, beat them by 16, and Anunoby at 24, Randall at 29, Brunson at 19, but then we lost by 4 to the Orlando Magic, which Julius Randle had a really good game. All right, so we're here at the trade deadline with a 35-16 record, which puts us as the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference behind the Cavs and the Magic. Offensively, we are in the, not middle of the pack, but we're in the top end. We're 5th best in the Eastern Conference. We're 8-1 in the division this year. Defense, though, we are elite under Tibbs. 107 points allowed per game. Is that best in the NBA? Yes, it is. By a decent margin as well. Shout out to Tom Thibodeau and the defensive-minded system here. Jalen Brunson putting up MVP caliber statistics. 95 overall, 28.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, 7.5 assists. This is what I was waiting for in 2K to play with him. 50% from the field, 40% from 3, 88% from the line. MVP Brunson, baby. Julius Randle, the efficiency could be better, but I'm like, do I extend him? That is going to be a big question. He's putting up 9 rebounds, 3.5 assists. It's solid numbers. It is. Donte DiVincenzo, 13 points, 5 assists. The field goal percentage is fine. 3-point percentage is fine. Like, for what his role is, I'm fine with that. 5 assists a night for the big Ragu. Pretty good. We'll take that. Josh Hart's efficiency has not been great, but he's getting a lot of boards, a lot of assists. Kind of similar to what his regular season was for the Knicks. What's going on with OG? 9.9 points? What? All right, well, that's the big outlier here. Bojan not shooting the ball too well. All right, so we're going to try to get Mikal Bridges. I don't know if it's going to be possible. We're going to offer up Bojan Bogdanovic. I'm going to give you basically all these first-round picks here. I'm going to give you my first. I'm going to give you the Bucks one. Honestly, yeah, you can get the Wizards is top 10 protected, so the Pistons one will give you as well, top 13 protected. So 3 first-round picks and Bojan Bogdanovic for Mikal Bridges. Would they do this? They do. All right, let's go. Mikal Bridges is on the Knicks, and I would just love to see this as a Knicks fan because now we're creating like the Villanova Knicks, which is obviously great, but Mikal Bridges is someone that isn't going to be a ball stopper, can knock down threes, can play elite defense, can crash the glass, basically everything the Knicks kind of have been standing for as a team and their identity and playing hard and playing with like just teamwork and everything like that. So Bridges is going to get 33 minutes a night. It's going to be Brunson, Bridges, Anunoby, Randall, Hartenstein. That is so good defensively, or at least this trio of Bridges, Anunoby, and Hartenstein. And then you have DiVincenzo and Hart coming off the bench. Man, if the Knicks are able to add somebody like Mikal Bridges in the offseason, that would be great. Now, I know that may be a pipe dream just because when the Nets, like, they don't have their picks, so that's the big thing. There was a trade on the table this past offseason that they could have gotten their first-round picks back from Houston, but they'd have to give Houston all of Phoenix's first, and they said no to that, which I think they should have done. And they also picked up Desmond Bane here as well, and they have Jonas Valanciunas, and they brought back Claxton, so at least they have like somebody else to build around in Desmond Bane. Now, I don't really know who the Knicks can kind of go after this offseason with that Bojan Bogdanovic trade contract. Like, that could be Brandon Ingram if the Pelicans want picks, but I feel like that would be a 3-team trade with a team giving up another good player going to the Pelicans, and that team would get draft picks. Maybe that's like DeJounte Murray or Trae Young, and the Hawks get draft picks from the Knicks, and the Knicks would get Ingram, something like that. Because it's in like that weird range, but it's like Bojan Bogdanovic and some picks. Like, what is that realistically getting you? Obviously, like I said, that'd be really nice as LeBron signed, wow, with the Timberwolves. Okay, that is kind of insane. But I don't think like Anthony Simons would fit what the Knicks are building on. I mean, they could want to get Malcolm Brogdon. That may only cost them like 1 first-round pick, so maybe they do that. Maybe it's like Bojan Bogdanovic for Malcolm Brogdon, basically. That was talked about last offseason with Evan Fournier and at the trade deadline, and the Knicks would only have to give up, I think, like 1 first in that deal as well, and they could look for a backup point guard for sure. I mean, Kyle Kuzma could be that, but I don't think he really fits what the Knicks are building, and I don't think really Tibbs would love his defensive style of play. I mean, Denny would be amazing amazing, but obviously they're not moving him. I mean, realistically, I don't think the Knicks are getting Donovan Mitchell either. It's just they don't really have the money. Do they want to have two smaller guards in the backcourt? That's pretty much behind us as well. Don't think the Knicks get Paul George, even though I do think what we have maybe wrong with this team right now and what maybe Randall is such an X factor is, can he step up as a number 2 efficiently? Like what kind of came as the Knicks kryptonite this playoffs and kind of what came to hurt them and a lot of wear and tear on Brunson is he was asked to do so much, take the most shots. Obviously, they weren't going to win if he wasn't putting up 30 plus points, and they're kind of running the same half-court offense, high screen, pick and roll with Brunson at the top of the key and hope he's able to get a mid-range jumper or get to the foul line or knock down a 3 or some type of floater inside. And it was just time and time again they were relying on that, and I think that's something like the Pacers at least have right now with they can go to Siakam, they can go to Halliburton. I mean, the Timberwolves can go to Cat, they can go to Ant, the Mavericks can go to Luka, they can go to Kyrie, the Celtics can go to Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum. The Knicks really only could have went to Jalen Brunson, and I know that sucked that OG Anunoby got hurt because you were going to hope that he could have stepped up as a number 2. But yeah, it was just an unfortunate like run of injuries that the Knicks had. So contract extension deadline, this could be big for us right now. Brunson and Randall would resign. So we're going to give Jalen Brunson a 3-year deal worth $44 million. So it's going to be basically be a $20 million raise each year and even a little bit more at the end of that. So he's going to come back. I think Randall, I will give him a contract now. I don't know what he's going to get. Is he going to get more than what he's getting now at $30 million? I don't really know. I mean, he's been an All-NBA player for the Knicks. He's been an All-Star, but I don't really think he's worth so much. I'm going to give him a 3-year extension worth around, what is that, $81 million. And he is going to accept that to come back to the Knicks. I feel like he does like it in New York. I think Randall is also one of those players that he's more valuable to the Knicks than he is to other teams, especially on the trade market, which I feel like has been a thing with some other players over the recent years. And I think more notably Trae Young right now. And Luka Doncic ends up winning MVP, averaging a triple-double, 30.5 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, a steal and a half a night as well. Ron Holland ended up going to the Chicago Bulls as your rookie of the year. Josh Hart won 6th man of the year. Hell yeah. I mean, the 3-point percentage went up a little bit. He had a good free throw percentage. He's definitely somebody that could win 6th man of the year next year for sure with the Knicks fully healthy. So Jalen Brunson puts up those numbers. This is not even on All-NBA first or second team. That is insane. He does make All-NBA third team. I think he's going to make All-NBA first team. I'm actually going to be live streaming the reactions on the Bleacher Report app Wednesday night. Hey, you can catch that. And we ended up making the playoffs as the 2 seed. We're going to be going up against the Hawks in round 1, so a rematch of the 2021 playoffs. They do have Draymond Green now. Interesting. Did OG finish under 10 points a night? Now he ended up getting 11, so I increased his shot tendency a little bit. But yeah, OG, I mean, maybe not the greatest player in 2K, unfortunately, but I think this team has great defense, switchability, outside shooting. Now we're going to be fine in the playoffs, and obviously we have those younger guys as well from the 2024 draft class. So for the playoffs, McBride is going to get like 10 minutes a night. Hartenstein is going to start over Mitchell Robinson. Actually, I don't know. Maybe we're going to start Mitch. But I think they're actually just both going to play 24 minutes a night. DiVincenzo is going to be the 6th man, like 27 minutes a night. Hart's going to get 25. Randall, yeah, that's fine. Brunson's going to get 38. We could take a little bit of the load off him. Let's go 30. Honestly, to these guys, yeah. So we have a very deep team right now, and that gets me excited. Looking at this Knicks team fully healthy, obviously we've added Mikal Bridges, which is great, and we just beat him by 35. It's just now we don't have to run these guys into the ground. And I know Tibbs is going to get the reputation of playing these guys too many minutes, and he does, right? But I don't think that these injuries are directly correlated to his excess in minutes, right? A lot of these things were kind of fluky. I don't think OG Anunoby's hamstring tear was him playing too many minutes. OG's had his injury concerns in the past. Jalen Brunson fractured his hand by slapping Halliburton's knee. Mitchell Robinson had countless kind of things happen to his ankle, which resulted in an injury, most notably in the Sixers series with Embiid falling on it. I mean, Josh Hart got hit in the stomach. That's the abdominal injury. Like, these happen, unfortunately, and there's nothing you can do. It's playoff basketball. I mean, a lot of teams deal with injuries right now that you're noticing in the playoffs. Brunson just at 45. Wow. All right. Beautiful game there from Brunson. And we take a 3-0 lead. We beat him by 2 in Atlanta. DiVincenzo steps up for 20 points. OG had 18. Randall 4 for 11. Hart 4 for 11. But Hart had 11 assists, which is kind of insane. And we sweep the Atlanta Hawks. We ended up winning by 25 points. Brunson had 37, 9, and 9. Look at those shooting splits in round 1. You'll love to see it. We're taking on Orlando, who beat Boston in 7 in round 2. I think I'd rather have faced Boston. 2K does not like Boston on the simulation. Yeah, Bridges stepped up as a number 2. Randall, I mean, I would like that. Wow. Randall is not beating those playoff allegations at all right now, and he had 5 fouls a game. That is not good. So the Magic have added Jalen Duren to their starting 5. Shout out to Detroit, just not keeping him around. I will definitely be keeping him around in the number 5 pick rebuild. We do beat him in game number 1 by 4 points. Brunson with 27. Didn't even play his best game either. Bridges had 23. Knocked down 5 threes. Randall was efficient. Kind of. 3 for 9 from the field isn't great. We have yet to lose in the playoffs. Knock on wood. 109-97. Brunson with 36. Anunoby with 22. Game number 3 goes to the Orlando Magic. Our first L. Okay. Brunson had 10 assists in this one. Well, this could be a brand new series if they won game 4, and they do not. We end up taking a 3-1 lead. We beat them by 36 points in Orlando. 37-12 for Brunson. 31 for Mikal Bridges. 23 for Randall, and he also had 7 rebounds and 6 assists. Josh Hart, 19, 16 rebounds. I love to see that. He's stepping up in the playoffs, and we end up winning in 5. We beat him by 11, 117-106. Here we are in the conference finals to most likely take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's going to be the case. And over in the Western Conference side of things, you got the OKC Thunder against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So 2K loves the Cavs. They've added Nikola Vucevic to this team and Grayson Allen. I have a feeling they're going to take game 1. Oh, no, it goes to the Knicks. We ended up winning by 5 on the road. Brunson and Randall combined for 64. DiVincenzo 28. Hart 23, 6 and 6. But they end up winning game 2. Wow, and they blew us out as well. All right, so let's hop into the Simcast here for game number 3. Are we able to win at the Garden? And it's funny, too, because the Garden, I think, has such an impact. I mean, obviously, it didn't matter for the Pacers game, but it's funny because, like, I was watching Game 7 with my girlfriend, and she's like, this, like, TV seems really loud, right? Like, what are these fans doing? I'm like, it's the Garden, man. It's rocking at this time of the year as well. And, like, I went to game 5 against the Sixers in round 1, the Maxey game. And it was such a good environment, even though the Knicks lost. So can we not lose this game, please? We're down by 9. You got to come back. Oh, we're going to go down 2-1. That is unfortunate. They win 134-120. Brunson had a great game. Same with Mikal Bridges. Robinson had 20 points, 15, 10, and 5. But unfortunately, an L is an L. All right, so we're down 2 games to 1. Still at the Garden here. Let's see if we could just split these Garden games. I mean, I can't go down 3-1. That may be the series right there. So let's stay in it. Good third quarter from us right there. Beautiful third quarter. Up by 10 in the 4th. Do not choke this. Up by 15. Boom. We're going to win game 4. So we split both games in Cleveland, split both games in New York, and we're going to be going back to Cleveland for game number 5. So here we go. Game 5 in Cleveland. Do we have a chance to end up going up 3-2? Wow, defense non-existent. Getting flashbacks at Game 7 against the Pacers as we just can't stop them. We scored 40 points in the second, but they scored 33. We have somewhat of a solid third. Okay, I'll take that. We were down by 6 at one point. Come on, come back. We're down by 10. Oh, my God. Damn it. All right, we're going down 3 games to 2. 145-120. Randall had a good game. Brunson had 20. 52 for Donovan Mitchell. You got to be kidding me. All right, game 6 at home. We have to force a game 7 in Cleveland. Can we win 2 in a row? All right, we're up by 22 points here in the 3rd. I'd like to think we're not going to blow this, and it looks like we are forcing a game 7. So the last couple of games have been blowouts. Brunson had 32, 9, and 16. Bridges had 25. Anunoby had 20, even though he's been not great in the playoffs. And here we go. Game 7 in Cleveland. Can we not have another blowout game? Can at least be somewhat close? Hey, we're up by 7 here in the 2nd. Don't choke this 3rd. All right, I'm always scared about the 3rd quarters, man. They're the worst. Oh, my God. Come on. Show up in the 4th, guys. Oh, please. We haven't showed up in the 4th in a while. Damn it, we're down by 15. That may be it. All right, we're going to lose. That sucks. Not even a close game. So, for the 3rd straight season, actually, no, we made it to the conference finals. I was going to say for the 3rd straight season, we lost in round 2, but we beat those allegations by beating the Magic 8-1, but then we lose to the Cavs, who are taking on the Thunder in the finals, and I think they blew a 3-1 lead, and the Thunder win it all with Shea being your finals MVP. So, my next rebuild will be a Thunder elimination rebuild, as LeBron could not get a title with the Timberwolves. But yeah, Tibbs is not retired. We got the Thunder rebuild coming out this week. We have a Denver Nuggets rebuild coming out this week. Did not think I was going to be doing that this soon. But yeah, that Thunder one is going to be obviously be a lot of fun. So that Wizards pick is top 10 protected. We will be sending it to the Wizards. Obviously, I won't be able to keep it, unfortunately. We do have the Bucks top 4 protected pick, I think. Or no, we sent that to Brooklyn. So that's at 23. Our pick's at 28. So this pick becomes top 8 protected next year. So we're going to hope to get that. And then I think it turns into seconds in 26 and 27. So we don't have any draft picks on the night here of the 2025 draft. I mean, we may just run this team back. I don't think it's worth moving Randall yet. We're going to obviously have to work out an extension with Bridges. I mean, theoretically, this team is not going to be able to pay everybody here. Like, you're paying Brunson a lot of money, OG, Randall, Bridges. Like, you can't move Josh Hart. He's making $19 million a year. Hartenstein, Robinson. Like, yeah, we're definitely into the luxury tax. I hope James Dolan's fine paying it. So Bam Adebayo, last year of his deal. I'm going to just see what the market is for him. I would give up Isaiah Hartenstein. I would give up Precious Achiuwa. How far are we off? $5 million. It's going to be tough. Damn, because I didn't want to obviously trade any of these top guys, and I didn't want to have to move McBride either. Like, is a 4-for-1 really worth it? Like, I'd have to give up Hartenstein, Achua, which I don't mind giving up Achua, but Komi Dadiet and Keyshawn George, but I get Bam Adebayo for this team going all in next year. He's an expiring contract. I think I'm going to do it. This is a blockbuster deal. We're going to give them 2 good young shooting guards. We're going to give them Achua just to make the money work, but some depth big. He goes back to Miami, where he was drafted to, and they get Isaiah Hartenstein, and they're going to actually say no to that. Interesting. If I throw in 32, that doesn't get it done. All right, I don't know if 2 seconds would get it done. Wow. I will give you the Wizards pick next year then. They'll probably do this. Yeah. So we just traded for Bam Adebayo. I'm not messing around. I want to win a championship in 2026. So we're going to pick up the team option on De'Ron Holmes. He obviously could be useful in that Achua role if we wanted him to be. And we still have a very good top 9. So I'm going to get Jericho Sims and Alec Burks back on minimum contracts. I don't think I'm going to do anything else in free agency. Anybody switch up here? Jimmy Butler ended up signing a 1-year extension with the Miami Heat. But no, everybody kind of stayed where they were previously on. Taking a look at player progression, Brunson's starting to regress a little bit. Bam's up to an 88. Hopefully we can get an extension done. Hopefully Randall and Bam is just a very physical front court that's going to work for us in the playoffs. All right, think about how good this 9-man rotation could really be, man. So you got Brunson, Bridges, Anunoby, Randall, Bam Adebayo, somehow upgrading that defensively from Hartenstein to Bam. Then you have DiVincenzo and Hart off the bench with Mitchell Robinson and Miles McBride. Some shooting, some defense, a little bit of playmaking. Obviously, we still lack that backup guard if we don't think McBride can take that step. We're 4-star defense, which is great. I feel like I usually have to pivot from defense, but even with Brunson there, we're still really good. We start off the season with a 92-90 win over the Pistons. Talk about defense being played right there. And then we beat Wemby and the Spurs in the second game of the season. Good start. All right, so we are at the trade deadline, 39-11. We are the top team in the Eastern Conference. We have by far the best point differential. We are the number 2 offensive team. No surprise to see the Pacers there. It's crazy they're in the conference finals, and I feel like they're better suited if, like, when I assume they're re-signing Pascal Siakam, then like the Hawks were in 2021. Our defense is so elite, man. Like, we have one of the best defenses in the league. Brunson is putting up 25.5 points, 3.7 rebounds, 7.5 assists on elite efficiency once again. Randall's efficiency could be better for sure. I mean, Bam is giving me elite defense. I know. Mikal Bridges, 16 points, 41% from 3. OG's been more efficient this year, which is great, and hopefully could be an X factor for the playoffs. I'd like for McBride to be a little bit more efficient, but hey, as our 9th man, it's not the end of the world. Will Bam re-sign with us? He will. Bridges is a free agent at the end of the year. Dolan, I hope that Cablevision is making a lot of money, man, because you're about to re-sign Mikal Bridges, Bam Adebayo to contracts. And I should re-sign Mitchell Robinson as well, the longest tenured Knick. So we basically have everybody signed to extensions, negative $75 million in cap space. Hopefully it results in a championship this season. So Luka Doncic ends up winning MVP. Cooper Flagg is your rookie of the year with Victor Wembanyama in San Antonio. Shout out to Jonathan Kuminga winning 6th man of the year. Wemby, Depoy, Jordan Goodwin most improved. Okay, and Anthony Edwards is your clutch player of the year. Shout out to Tibbs, coach of the year, 68-14. So the best Knicks regular season in quite some time. Could it result in a championship? I hope so. Damn, no Jalen Brunson on an All-NBA team. That is disrespectful. Did we get no Bam on an all-defensive team, unfortunately. But we do end the season as the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. We're going to be taking on the Miami Heat, so a revenge series for Bam Adebayo and Isaiah Hartenstein and Precious Achua. Jalen Brunson ended up as the leading scorer, followed by Randall, Bam, Bridges, OG, DiVincenzo, and Josh Hart, all above 10 points a night. And for the playoffs, like how I want to construct this rotation, McBride's going to get like 10 minutes. As much as I love Bam, I don't really think I'm going to give him any more minutes because like DiVincenzo and Hart got to get a ton as well. So 30 to Anunoby. I kind of want to go like 34 to Bridges. We'll go 37 to Brunson. All right, so round 1 against the Miami Heat. Game number 1 ends up going to the Knicks. We ended up winning by 14. Brunson went 35. It's a big playoff series for Randall, man. Game number 2, we ended up winning. I just don't think it would be disrespectful to not extend Randall, and like you can extend him at the end of the season. I know there's a chance he leaves in free agency, but he'd get the most money from the Knicks. Shout out to Josh Hart in game number 2. I'm talking about like the 2025 season. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna rush to sign Randall, and I would like for him to prove that he could play well in the playoffs. Something he hasn't done in 3 playoff series for the Knicks, and we are up 3-1 on the Miami Heat. You know what? Maybe we had to get humbled a little bit and lose a game and not sweep them. And we end up winning in 5 by 12 points here in game 5. Shout out to Julius Randle. And just kind of looking at the playoff stats here, Brunson with 23, Randall with 20, Bam with 20, Randall with 20 as well, though. Bridges 16, and it'll be 15, Hart 13. All right, great start. Now we're taking on Cleveland, who were able to re-sign Donovan Mitchell. They have Dean Wade starting at the 3. It's a good team. We have to... I don't know. We just got to get revenge for them beating us last year in the conference finals. But them being the 5 seed makes me feel a little better. Game 2 goes to the Knicks. We win both games at the Garden. Hell yeah, Jalen Brunson's going off. Game 3 goes to Cleveland. Oh my God, we lost by 1 point in overtime. Damn, 1 bucket away from being up 3-0, and we are up 3-1. Thank God, man. That had 2-2 series written all over it, I feel like. Bam did not play well offensively, but we were able to beat them, and we end up winning in 5. Let's go. 138-136. Brunson with 45 points in Game 5 at home, and we're going up against the Indiana Pacers here in the conference finals, a rematch of round 2 in 2024. 1 seed versus 2 seed, and then you have 1 seed versus 2 seed over there. Indiana still has kind of the same starting 5 you'd expect. Isaiah Jackson, Trey Jones, Jarris Walker, Aaron Nesmith, and Patrick Williams off the bench. Pretty good. And then the updated numbers in the playoffs. Brunson is averaging 28 points per game. He really stepped it up in round 2, averaging 33 points on good efficiency. Game 1 goes to the Knicks. We won by 48. Brunson with 31 and 11. Bam with 29, 17, 6, and 2 blocks. Game 2 goes to the Knicks. Let's freaking go. But a series does not start until the road team wins. Hopefully we're able to win Game 3. And we do. I think for the first time in this playoff run, we won a Game 3. And that makes us to go, or that allows us to go up 3-0 on the Pacers. And they ended up winning Game 4 by 1 point. You gotta be kidding me. If they come back 3-0, I'm gonna cry. All right. Don't do this to me. We lost by 7 at home. Oh my God. They're 1 game away from forcing a Game 7. All right, let's do this. On the road in Indiana. Don't lose this, please, man. Don't lose this. All right, good start. We're up by 5, though, and we're going to just blow the lead right there in the 3rd. But we're up by 10 in the 4th. Up by 10. Up by 9. Oh, my God, up by 9. Don't blow this. I think we're going to be okay. Up by 8. Up by 8. All right, we're going to win. And we are going to advance to the NBA Finals. Randall and Bridges combined for 50 points. Brunson did not play well. He only took 9 shots, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. He wasn't really in foul trouble, but hey, we're in the NBA Finals for the first time in over 2 decades. Brunson was your Eastern Conference Finals MVP. We're going up against the Wemby in the West, and this team is Cooper Flagg. Like, this is going to be a good team for a while, and they do have Jalen Suggs. They were able to sign him in free agency just to improve their defense. They have Devin Carter as well, who they drafted 8th overall. Game 1, San Antonio, New York. Last time the Knicks were in the finals, they played San Antonio. Obviously, they ended up losing to that one. It was a young Duncan team and younger David Robinson, and that was in 1999. So yeah, we got DiVincenzo dropping 25 off the bench, Hart 25 as well, as we take Game 1. Game 2 goes to New York. All right, I think we've started off every series going up 2-0. Game 3, it's going to be in San Antonio. Can we go up 3-0? Can we beat Wemby? Can Bam hold his own? And we can head back to New York. It's looking great, man. It's looking like we have built a championship roster for the 2026 season, and we blow them out of the building. 37 for Brunson, 23 for Anunoby, 21 and 10 for Bam, triple-double for Julius Randle. As we head to San Antonio, we're staying there for game number 4, having a chance to sweep the Spurs here in the NBA Finals. It's not looking great for us in this one. We're down by 20 here in the 4th. So, you know, no one said it was going to be easy, right? Game number 5. It would be cool to win at the Garden, though, on the home floor. Let's not blow a 3-0 lead. Let's just put them. Oh, my God, damn. We're down by 19 here in the 3rd. All right. Well, I guess we're going to a Game 6. This is pretty much what happened in the previous series, but the Spurs have Wemby. I don't want to mess around, guys. Come on. Wemby drops 37 on us. Game 6 in San Antonio. Are they going to win 3 straight? No. Come on, man. Don't do this to me. All right, we have a commanding lead. Decent enough, and we blow it. All right. We're down by 7. Why did we forget how to play basketball in the 4th quarter? All right, we're down by 3. 3 minutes to go. Let's win this. Oh, man, I am nervous. Hopefully, it's not like my last rebuild that you guys saw me blow a lead in a game. So, Jalen Suggs can obviously shoot. They don't have Wemby out there. Mitchell Robinson's out there guarding Jeremy Sohan. Just stay in front of Suggs. Suggs pulls up. That's a good-looking jumper. He does miss that. So, Bridges is in. I guess Brunson. I hope Brunson didn't foul out. I mean, I love Devin Carter's defense, but Randall should be able to body him inside. Are they going to send the double? No. Randall, come on. This should be easy for you. And he makes that as we are now down by 1. They're going to call a timeout. Oh, my God. Really? Brunson fouled out. Are you kidding me? Damn it, man. That's the guy I wanted to use. And Jalen Brunson ends up fouling out. He was a -9. Oh, my God. A historically bad performance for Brunson here. 5 turnovers as well. So we're going to go with Donte DiVincenzo at the 1. Bridges will be at the 2. See, like, just imagine how good this team could be if, like, Josh Hart is coming off the bench. And, I mean, like, you can plan on that, but injuries are going to happen, man. It is unfortunate, the game of basketball. So let's see what we do here. Regarding Devin Vassell with Mikal Bridges, this is a great matchup for us. Bam has the Wembanyama task. Just kind of keep him outside the paint. Let him take a jumper. Randall, help me. Randall, double team. Oh my God. Oh, we got a strip. Let's go get that. All right, thank you. All right, are we gonna get Randall inside? There we go. Randall, go up with the left hand. He's gonna blow the layup. No. Oh my God. All right. Step up, step up, step up. I don't feel great about this. Who's guarding? Oh my God, Randall. What are you doing defensively, bro? Randall going right at Cooper Flag, and he's going to get to the foul line. I'll take it. Not a good free throw shooter by any means. First one is good, though. I'll take that. All right, Randall, I'm going to need you to go 2 for 2 at the line. Okay, cool. So we're just down by 1 point, man, but it's just having no Brunson out there is kind of scary. Because as much as I love Mikal Bridges either, is he going to be able to create his own shot? I mean, he didn't do, like, great with that in San Antonio, or excuse me, in Brooklyn this past year. As Wemby hits that floater, it's a 3-point game again. DiVincenzo coming off some screens. Come on, you're wide open. Dante, please. No! What the hell, man? Wide open 3 for Dante DiVincenzo, and he blows that. They're running the pick and roll. Wemby and Cooper Flag and Randall just can't stay in front of Cooper. Yeah, this is not a great defensive performance from Julius Randle. And the problem is, like, what's OG doing? Bridges gets around Vassell, and he's going to slam that. I was hoping for an and one. Back to a 3-point game. All right, they're going to Wemby again. Oh, my God, he gets around me. It's so hard to guard him. Back to a 5-point game. I can't believe we're about to go to a game 7. This is so scary. Oh, Randall got him in the air. Randall, please get that to go. Thank you. All right, back to a 3-point game. Can we get one defensive stop, please? I didn't even realize OG's got 22 points in this game. They're clearly just going to go to Wemby. Let's just play him. Ugh, man, it's just such a size gap. And Bam is like almost 7 feet tall. All right, that's the shot we want him to take, and he misses it. Huge. Oh, I did take a bad 3 with Dante, and he misses it. Damn. We're going to probably lose game 6. Oh, my God. We're going to blow a 3-0 lead. Come on. And that's probably the dagger. All right, so we ended up losing, I think it was 119-114. Cooper Flag at 31 points, and Anunoby at 24. All right, Brunson, I need you to step up. Game 7 at the Garden, NBA Finals. This is what we play it for, man. This is what everybody hopes and dreams of as a kid. We come out, great start. I'll take this, man. We're in the driver's seat right now. We're up by 25. Let's do this. Oh, my God. Yes. Yes, we're up by 32 points. I do not think we're blowing this. All right, the New York Knicks should be winning the 2026 NBA Finals. All right, thank God we do have Brunson to play with. He does have 30 points here. Josh Hart working the pick and roll with Brunson, and Brunson's going to find Hart. He's got 9 points. I kind of want the Nova Knicks out there as well. So we just needed like Amari Spellman on this team to play the 5. Cooper Flag is going to miss that layup inside. He's going to get his own rebound, though, and he's going to get the putback. So I think the Knicks will be back next year. I don't think they're a team that, like, peaked this season, and I know it's still a second-round exit. They were 1 game away, but I guess they can always play the injury card and be like, you know what? We don't have an excuse to blow up this team because, like, this team was severely injured in the playoffs, and they should be back next year, you would think. And you would also like to think that a healthy Knicks team, as a sick block there by Anunoby, a healthy Knicks team would be able to beat the Pacers. I mean, like, OG missed 5 games basically in this series. He missed 3 basically through 7. I'm not going to really count. He played game 7. So I think there's a chance. Why is Ty Jerome in? What is this? What is this, 2K? But yeah, you just like to think that if OG never got hurt, the Knicks were able to put this away in before game 7. So I don't know. That's like a woulda, coulda, shoulda. You don't want to play the what ifs because the Knicks flat out lost. And like if Brunson was better, there was a chance the Knicks could have won game 3 as well. They played kind of poorly down the stretch. Andrew Nembhard hits that big 3, and that kind of kept their series hopes alive as DiVincenzo's going to miss that. Hey, Bridges had 23 in this game as well. So we'll see what the Knicks are going to do this offseason. I think Brunson is still going to play at an MVP caliber level next year. I don't think we're going to see any regression. That could come when he's north of 30, but he's still very young. He's going to be 27. And I don't think this is like any like similar to what the Knicks team was in like 2012 with a very old roster with like Jason Kidd and Pablo Prigioni. You had Steve Novak, obviously Melo and Tyson Chandler. Like these guys were not young at all either. Brunson with the step back jumper. That is good. Oh, he's too nice, man. He's got 32 points. I'd assume he's going to be finals MVP in this one, even after that stinker in game 6. Man, I'm really glad we blew them out in this game because I could not deal like another clutch game going up against Wemby. The dude gets every offensive rebound and he's so hard to stop, and he's just like a 94. Like he eventually gets to a 99 overall. It would be just insane to try to stop him as Brunson and Hart working the pick and roll again. And now Josh Hart has a double-double in game 7 of the finals. So the New York Knicks win the 2026 NBA Finals, and Jalen Brunson is your finals MVP. Do you think the Knicks could end up winning the finals in 2025 or 2026? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. Drop a thumbs up if you did, man. It did pay me to do this Knicks rebuild as soon as I did. Hopefully I was gonna be able to do this in the conference finals if they lost to Boston, but hey, it is what it is. Like I said, you guys will also be getting like the Thunder elimination rebuild and the Nuggets elimination rebuild out this week as well. You're gonna get a Spurs number 4 pick rebuild and a Pistons number 5 pick rebuild. So make sure you subscribe to see all that content. And if you want to see me talk about about like kind of the NBA in a commentary style form, make sure you check out my Sauce channel, link in the description there. I post like all my mock drafts, draft related content over there. You can also follow my Just Ballin' podcast, link in the description if you just kind of want to listen to a pod style format from me. Also have my Twitter and Instagram. All my links are in the description below. And yeah, once again, thank you all for watching. I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.